Hello. I'm coming at you from my girlfriend's parents' garden. Today's the July the 9th. Just got announced my participation in Grapple Mania's Supreme Leader Invitational. Should be good. $1,000 to win. 8-man tournament, over under 80 kilos. So that's in 2-3 weekends time. I've got States this weekend, and then Stealth in Sydney as well the following weekend, which is like a New Zealand tournament. I don't know if this is going to be a video with all three of those activities in one, or I might break it up. Haven't decided. Just started filming. I off to buy some steri strips because I've got staph in my nose, which is also, awesome. Best be going. Shit.
So I'm going to do a quick little analysis of some of my fights on Grapple Mania. On the video before, I was talking about Stealth and States. Stealth ended up getting cancelled, so I didn't get to do that. Unfortunately, there wasn't enough competitors. States was pretty good. I had 3 matches. I won my first 2, one by points, one by submission, and then I met a very talented grappler named Ethan Cannon in the finals, and I lost to him. So second place at States, which is not too bad. And if you don't already know here, I got second place at this competition that we're currently viewing. So, B team, here I come. Curtis Martin is a pretty good black belt out in Sydney. We trained once before this actual match, and he's obviously a little bit taller than me, but he's very, very skilled, very talented. Coming into this match, I had the intention of pulling guard and entangling with Curtis's legs. As you can see, there's my coach, Gokhan Dogan, my beautiful partner, Paige, and one of my great friends and good mentors, Kevin. Cool, yeah, so let's get into it. This match is pretty quick. As you can see, I immediately sit down and play guard, trying to entangle on the leg here. So going for the backside K guard entry to backside 50. Curtis rips on a toe hold here. Here's a little point of view. If you're ever going to rip on a toe hold on someone, make sure you control the hips, right? If I can just escape by using inversions and rotation, so this really did nothing. Also, side note, this gentleman over here, James Wonton, he was in the under 80 kilo division. He also came second from Brisbane, trains at Art Suave, another black belt. Incredible. If you take one thing out of my video today, it's keep an eye on this man. Incredible. So we're trying to invert cat angles, and I eventually get to this saddle entry here. Now, Curtis did an okay job. He left his leg really extended. And as you can see, I forced both of my feet behind his hamstrings to capture, and I eventually start working towards double trouble position. Double trouble definitely trumps regular saddle, alright? We slowly get to our seated position, and now I'm starting to work some stuff that I've been working on. So, as you can see, I've kind of got a good overhook with my left arm here on top of Curtis's ankle. For a minute, I threaten a straight ankle lock by feeding my right hand through underneath. Doesn't really work, though. We've got the supporting leg stepping on the foot, creating inward tension of my right leg, which puts more tension on Curtis's knee into here. So I've been working on this quite a bit with Mr. Dogan, keeping my left elbow tucked behind the shin, trying to stop any sort of grip fight that Curtis might be able to do, keeping a good hand on the knee. Now, what I'm aiming to do is attack an outside heel hook by passing the leg immediately over the center line, just like I have. Beautiful. So once the leg gets to the outside of the center line, you've really got to have a good leg triangle here, which I just don't have. As you can tell, my feet are separated. If I could take one thing back, it would be A, that I wrestled in the finals and pull guard. B, that I put a good leg triangle on to have more tension. See, Curtis is able to get his hips off the ground. In an ideal world, he would struggle to do that. Unfortunately, Curtis got a little bit injured in this sequence here. I think it's a bit hard to see, but just there, as he's kind of, I'm looking directly at him. As he raised his hips up, a little bit, like just up here. And I think that combined with the pressure, the downward pressure of my right leg, I heard a pretty big pop in his knee, and I asked if he's okay. He told me to keep going, so I happily obliged, dug a heel hook, and he verbally tapped. I mean, it's not my proudest victory. I mean, it's pretty good, I'm not going to lie, but it's never nice to see someone get injured. He seems to be okay standing. He was standing and watching for the rest of the match as well, and I gave him a message the next day about it. Cool, yeah, look at this guy's bloody suit, man. Alright, we're going to fast forward to my match, semi-final match against Geronimo. Talented man who made one mistake that I could capitalize on. Here we are. Beautiful. Coming into the semis, I didn't have the best plan. Like, if you look at Geronimo, he just looks like a fucking tank, man. Look at that guy. He's got tree trunk legs. I pull guard again. I don't regret it. But, you know, I definitely don't regret it. Yeah, as I said, I probably should have wrestled in the last. Now, I have this approach of I learned this from Lachlan Giles. When you want to pull guard and fight from the back, it's always better to kind of be on your side here. How Geronimo and I are perpendicular. That means I have 4 of my limbs against essentially 2 of his limbs. If I stayed aligned with him, he can pretty easily beat my hands, and it's just a lot harder. 4 against 2, always going to win. I tried to work a lot of wrestle-ups with Geronimo. I did get one pretty successful wrestle-up too, to be honest. But yeah, so we'll see how we're going. Geronimo had a really good, strong passing game. I tried to do as much as I could with guard retention, but sometimes he threatened getting it past the J point pretty often. Nothing too exciting. Clear the rash guard court. Let's skip ahead a little bit. Going for a matrix, little spin, breakdance move. Got to keep the opponents guessing. Also, the kit I'm wearing is from a Brisbane-based apparel company called Nemea Grappling Co. They've just offered me a little spot on their team, which is awesome. So you'll be seeing a lot more of them in regards to my beautiful. Oh man, I felt so good doing that. But Geronimo done something I've actually literally never seen before. Once I took him down, he's posted on his shoulder and neck here, and has used the leg that I have ankle picked as a frame against my hips. This stops me from coming behind him towards his back and forces me to either clear the leg or come into a position where he's very able to attack my near side leg. Far side leg in this moment. And he also has his left hand obviously behind his back here, where he's obviously framing or doing whatever. With a little bit of, mobility, Geronimo is able to get up and get out of the position. The edge of the mat is just here, so I didn't really want to pursue him. A little hope cameo here. And there's Curtis looking, he's obviously not injured. You can't be doing that if you're injured, right? Standing perfectly. So sit back down. I'm feeling tired as right now, and we're going to fast forward to when he passes my guard. Geronimo's got a very nice kind of head down, bum up style of passing side to side. It's pretty admirable to watch. Kind of doing this like inside camping. I was thinking maybe an omoplata in that situation. If he dives his elbow through anymore, starting to spin underneath an omoplata, that would have been nice. But unfortunately not. Trying my best Lockie Giles impression, keeping the knees down. He tries to throw. Look at a Choi bar here. But he keeps his elbows tucked. I saw Geronimo holding his elbow before this match, so I was like, I should try and attack that. It's probably sore, which is a bit evil of me, but you got to do what you got to do, you know what I mean?
Just slow it down. Put a bit of pressure on him. He's kind of moving so much, he's allowing him to
I'm pretty sure we're getting close to where he passes my guard. A little section here where I go for a false reap, and I think it's about to occur. I love using this 2-on-1 grip on the wrist, right? That in conjunction with some sort of frame. Pretty strong position. Here we go, that false reap. This position, man, I was pulling hard. I can't explain to you how hard I was fucking pulling this guy's leg. And that hook behind my hamstring and just his overall strength was like unreal. And obviously my top leg, I didn't get weaved in between. In an ideal world, my foot, which is currently behind, like his quad, would be all the way through and connected with the back of his hamstring here in the perfect world. But in the moment, I was just thinking, I got to pull that leg free and I'll shoot my hips and do it afterwards, trying to invert through. And this is where he passes. I got blessed here. Points were in fruition in 10 seconds, so he didn't get the points. So, you know, I'm not religious, man, but thank the Lord. I haven't looked at the time thinking, I've got a while to work. Now, Geronimo makes one mistake here, which I am able to capitalize on and eventually finish the match. So he's putting a lot of pressure on with that right hand and that crossface. You can see me looking, you know, not comfortable. He tries to jump over. I admire his athleticism for such a big guy. He's incredible. But the issue is I've got this frame on my knee, so it can be hard for him to try and slide that knee across. With a little bit of grip fighting, he probably could have created the space, but he's gone for the jump. And he still obtains the pass, which is, you know, kind of shame for me. But without a little bit of effort. So I'm trying to pummel this hook in to stop, and if I could have taken it back, instead of framing on this top leg, I would have framed on this bottom leg. But he still eventually gets past, and as he does, I can see and feel his weight is really shifted towards the wall here. He's really driving himself forward. So I link my hands together, I channel my inner Helio Gracie, and I do a little hip bump, get my hips underneath my opponent. So it's not it's not like a strength kind of sweep. There is technique to this. You want to jolt your partner forward, elevate the hips, slide your hips underneath, and then we can start to reverse with this kind of tight waist. Look at that calf, man. Yeah, do my calf raises. I continue the sweep as I then immediately start looking at controlling the upper body. Geronimo goes with the momentum and tries to end up in the turtle position. Not a bad idea, however, he just didn't cover the space between his armpit and his hip, allowing me to insert my hooks and therefore get the finish. So he was down on a 4-point. Oh shit, that's gone back a little bit further than I wanted it to. So he was 4-pointing here, and my leg on the inside. If you're going to have any leg on the inside, probably want it to be this one. So this isn't the greatest position for me. I mean, it's better than where I was, but, you know. And as he builds up, I'm able to rely on my upper body grips to throw my hooks in. And you can't see it here. Smiles on all the faces. They've just seen some absolutely ridiculous shit just work for some reason. And my left hand, you can't see it. As I've jumped into the back, my left hand has just slid nicely under his chin. I couldn't believe my luck, so I grabbed a hold of it and I fucking squeezed the life out of him to get that win. As you can see, I'm like, holy shit, how did that even occur? So, yeah, pretty happy with that. Remember the name. We're going to quickly go over my final match. The one I got dreadfully embarrassed in against Nico. Forgive me. Maglisic. I was listening to the commentator, sorry. This guy is an incredible black belt under Andre Gravel. He recently won the World Champions at IBJJF level. Mistake number one, pulling guard against this fucking monster. I should not have done that looking back. He obviously knows that I'm trying to look to entangle the legs. He gets past my legs pretty easily. Once, like here, he was grabbing onto my leg. This was the strongest thing I've ever felt in my life. I think I try and like really pull my leg free, and I almost had to result from an MMA strike to the face. I apologize, Nico, if you see this, for just smashing you in the face there. I didn't mean that. He's a good bloke though. He knows it's all just, you know, fun and games. He buries in. I try to wrestle up with a chin strap, and then here I am. getting folded like origami in front of all these people. This is kind of where it starts to go downhill for old Domo. As Nico puts me flat on my back, if you watch the event, you would know that Nico was smothering everyone. And before the match, I said, please don't smother me, Nico. And he says, no promises. So I made it my duty to smother him. This thing I'm doing here with this, the commentators recorded a reverse crucifix. Look, to be honest, I don't really know what I'm doing here. I'm freaking out a little bit. My kind of goal, to be honest, is to elevate his arm using my right leg to create enough space to pull my left knee through. I keep control of the wrist because this isn't a great grip of the legs here. Potentially, I could extend Nico away if maybe I had a bit of strength on him and pummel my right leg on the other side of his head for a reverse triangle. But would that work on someone of Nico's incredible athleticism and skill? Probably not. So I rely on good old frames to try and put him away. But again, Nico makes me look like a toddler. Bang, bang, bang. He got this like little quarter Nelson as I reach for the frame, and Nico proceeds to make out with my hand. You can kind of see, I'm going to wind this back a little bit. Look away if you're squeamish. Keep an eye on my hand here, and you can kind of see sometimes, right about here, a little tongue poking out, right there. I was absolutely gobsmacked by that. As you can see, I'm talking to him going, are you not worried about staph, Nico? I literally have staph on my leg as we're speaking, and I had it on my nose. I probably have to get my immune system checked because I keep getting staph. Now, after that, I'm a little bit shell-shocked from the licking of the hand, and I'm trying to regather myself as this behemoth passes my guard. Beautiful leg pin from Nico, leg drag, absolutely demolishes me, and we have Jesus Christ himself walking behind. My shoulders are flat. I look at the time, I think, holy shit, I still have 6 minutes to go, and I'm about to get crumpled. Now, beautiful wrist ride from Nico, forcing me to the back, or to a kind of total position, where in a position where he can start to take my back. Not too much happens here. I did that because I thought he was about to smother me. I smothered him. This hand, I thought it was creeping up to smother me, so I fucking freaked out and looked back. Yeah, this double hand, double wrist control, not something I really do. That's how you know I was a little bit scared. And then boom, right on the face. I was not too worried about this, and then he locked it up, and I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, so then he squeezes the life out of me. I made sure I faced my girlfriend as I was getting choked. And she is thinking, you're not getting anything tonight. Beautiful man. He's a lovely guy. Lives the dream, travels, trains jiu-jitsu. You know, here I am, all smiles, but on the inside, I've just lost $1,000 and I'm devastated. Anyway, about half an hour later, I was sinking Guinnesses, so there's no issue with that. All right. Anyway, so that was the Supreme Leader Invitational. Oh shit, I don't know what I just did. Supreme Leader Invitational. You know, if anyone is watching this that watched the Supreme Leader Invitational, I really, really appreciate you watching. It really means a lot to me that people care about what I do. Anyway. Coolio. So, I don't know when the next video will be up, to be honest. I'm not very disciplined with this kind of stuff, but I've got a few plans for the rest of the year that I would definitely want to document. Going to Townsville very soon, where I'm my hometown, plus going to B-Team in October. So you'll definitely be seeing a lot more of me. Keep an eye out for the name, Dominic Unamuno. The Basque delinquent. I don't know what else to call myself, to be honest. I'm pretty handsome, I've heard. Thank you so much for watching me talk and talk about myself. I have a great job. Love you all. Bye-bye.